It has been too long. I know it's only been a week, but I've really been missing doing this and talking to you all and communicating and just sharing my thoughts. We've been moving, so it's been really crazy busy. We were staying at somebody else's house for a while, watching their dogs while we found a place to stay in California, and now we're here, and I'm so happy with where we are. Today's topic, I wanted to share about self-sabotage and imposter syndrome. And this has really hit me hard the last week. So this is why I wanted to share it with you. It's not like super fresh on my mind because we've been unpacking boxes for the past few days. But before we started moving, I spent probably 3 days just like literally thinking about this topic all day long. And I don't know if you've been there before where you're reevaluating everything in your life and just really trying to focus and hone in on, is this really where I'm supposed to be? Or and it's such a small thing, that you really have to process what is there for you. Because it's so small, it can feel like it's insignificant, but you know that there's such a strong pull to figure this out and see what's there and um, figure out what you need to change. I guess you would say that it's been very introspective. So, anyways, um, this is going to be my new setup. I occasionally might do videos outside. It's beautiful weather here, but this is easier for me. My kids are outside at the pool with my husband, and I just have peace and quiet right now, so it is so nice. My candle, my tea, uh, and we don't have all of our furniture yet, but it's really nice to be in our own space for once in a long time. So anyways, yeah, I wanted to talk today about self-sabotage and um, imposter syndrome, because my last video that I made had a lot to do with that, and I thought so many times about deleting it. But I kept it up because I want you all to go back to it for reference and see what I'm talking about. And then maybe after that, I will delete it because it doesn't pertain, but it is helpful. So, like, I'm kind of in that conflict. But, anyways, I made a video about eating healthy and how it has transformed my life and healed my gut in so many ways. Um, and it was so true to me and such a topic that I felt like needed to be shared, right? Um, but after I made it, I was just like, is this why I came to YouTube? Is this why I wanted to talk to you all? Is this why I wanted to sit down and have meaningful talks and conversations? Is that why? Or was it my ego being like, I need to show off what I've achieved? I think it was both, but more so ego, definitely. And I hate that. But we are all always going to struggle with our ego, or not struggle. I want to say better word would be we're always going to have conflict, or we're always going to come up face to face with our ego, and we're going to have to figure out how we're going to handle our life in that present moment. Our ego is always going to be there. So we have to become friends with it. We have to say, okay, you wanted to show up like this. Why? What was the reason for you wanting to communicate like that, to show off? to be defensive. What was the reason? And then when we can figure out what that reason is, we can move on from needing to live out of ego and constantly be triggered and prideful and all of those things. And instead, we can realize that we're coming from a place that we feel like we need to protect ourselves, we need to keep ourselves safe, or we need to put ourselves in a higher than position than other people. So again, we feel safe. We're not going to be pushed out of the pack, you know, because we're safe. We're up here. No one's going to discard us. So when we do that and we realize that and we say to our ego, hey, I know what you're doing and it's okay, but we're not going to act from that place anymore because we're stronger than that. And man, is that hard. It's so hard because you feel like you're being strong when you're acting out of ego, but really you're not. You're just acting on impulse. So I am sorry. I apologize for my last video where it was like that, where I just showed up in that way, but also it's okay. I have put myself in a position where I know why I did that and I can move on from that. And what I came to throughout the week was a realization that I figured out I needed to show up in a way that was authentic to me and question why I was showing up from the start. What was my why? What was my purpose behind starting this YouTube? And it wasn't to show off my health journey. It wasn't to talk about health. It wasn't to, I mean, I've struggled with this throughout my whole YouTube journey. Just trying to figure out what my niche is. And there was one person Danco, who said that generalists are becoming a thing now. And I loved that. And so I really took that and ran with it and was like, I can talk about anything on my YouTube, and I can, but is that beneficial? Is that helpful for someone who's coming to my channel? And no, it's just going to confuse people. So anyways, I was just like, what was the purpose? What was my why? What was my vision? And what I figured out, and hopefully I can show up for you like this in the future. And also giving myself grace that I might have to come to this place often because of my human design chart. It is like the thorn in my side. Literally, because my human design is that my G center, my heart center, is completely open. If you know human design, you know that that can be a good thing and a bad thing. There's no bad thing in human design. We're all designed perfectly just how we should be. However, it's a struggle for me because when you have an open center, and that just means that your energy center is undefined and you're looking to other people externally for your purpose, for different things that define who you are and your self-love and your ability to find joy in life, you're always going to have a hard time being defined and confident in that area. But the good thing about that is that in all the ways that I struggle, I have attained more knowledge than somebody who has a defined G center. I've attained more information that I can share with the world. So it's beneficial, but it's also really challenging. And if you're into human design, then, and you have an open G center, you have an open center anywhere, you are always going to be looking for yourself to be defined in that area until you don't. And that is so hard, but it is so true. If you are always feeling like you are undefined and you don't know what to do next, you're looking to other people, you're always going to self-sabotage and get defeated. And that's what I did. I made that video because I was self-sabotaging. There was so many videos that I had created in the past month or so that were hitting the nail on the head, that were bringing in people that were attracted to my channel, and they were like right on topics. And seeing that made me scared. And it was like, oh, I'm actually taking off quickly, and I need to sabotage, and I need to change this. I need to make something, subconsciously I thought this, that is going to change the trajectory of where I'm going. And realizing that in retrospect is like, oh my gosh, why did I do that? But it's okay because I realized it. The important part when you have an open center is that you're always going to be looking externally to fill that space inside of you that is undefined. And it doesn't mean you're broken. It just means that you need to understand that you're going to do that, that you're going to try to find somebody else, something that is going to define you. And that's okay. It's okay to gain information from the world, but catch yourself, and catch yourself sooner and sooner and sooner than you did before, so that it becomes easier and makes you more aware in the future to not do that, to be able to have the fortitude to know I don't need to do anything different. I just need to keep showing up. I just need to keep being consistent, and then I will see the results. It's scary, yes, because it's different. You don't feel safe, but you're going to achieve the things that you want as long as you can remain consistent in what you're doing. And the biggest reason why we are so afraid is because we are afraid that change is going to be the death of our old self. And we hate the idea of dying. We hate the idea of leaving behind a part of us. It's scary because who's the new person that I'm becoming? And I'll tell you, everything that we're scared of is not that scary on the other side of it. We're so scared of meeting our inner child. We're so scared of doing inner work. We're so scared of heights. We're so scared of all of these things. And when we come face to face with it, we can truly realize that it's not as scary, it's not as big as we were making it out to be. So let me know in the comments what it is that you're doubting about yourself. If you feel like you're an imposter, because I did. I felt like, I'm like, who am I that's coming here, showing up to a YouTube channel and talking about these things that so many other people are talking about, and I don't have all the knowledge and the information. Why am I here? But the reason that I am here is because there is this strong pull to do this. It's unexplainable. Like there's this compelling desire to share, to talk. And when I do, I come alive. When I do, I feel filled up. When I do, I know that I'm in alignment with what I'm supposed to be doing. And when you feel like that, you know that that's where you're supposed to be. You know that that is your path. Even though it might look scary, even though it might look unknown, even though it might look confusing, when we can just trust the process and fully understand that the thing that we desire so badly to, or to just like this compelling desire to do, when we continue to say yes to that feeling, we are going to be so amazed at what it is that comes up for us. I'll give you just like a brief example. I had this compelling desire to create a vision board. Talked about this before. And on my vision board, I put sunny places. I put all these things. I put a lemon tree. When we walked into this apartment and I looked to the left, in the backyard is a lemon tree. It's not planted in our backyard, but it's hanging over the fence full of lemons that are half the size of my head. Some of them are falling off, rotting on our back patio. So I just gasped because the thing that just a small thing that I put on my vision board is now in my backyard, my back patio. And I had a compelling desire to do that. I had a compelling desire to move to California. And since we've made this decision, since we stepped out in faith, every single thing has lined up. And I am telling you everything. Like, down to like the smallest things. We live in a neighborhood where there's so many kids here and our kids have so many friends. I desired that. I wanted that for our kids. And here we are. I can't even like begin to explain how many things literally came into alignment. So my whole point in all of this is that you have desires, you have things that you want, you have things that you feel you cannot have for various reasons, whether it's because you can't afford it right now, or it's because so-and-so doesn't want to move, or they don't want you to move, or you'll miss out on this, whatever the excuse is. But you know deep down that you truly, truly want that thing, and you're not answering the call. You're not answering the yes. You're not saying yes to the call. And that's okay, because we're all on our own journey. We're all figuring out through that process, through our journeys, who we are, what life is about, all the things. And I'm not here to tell you what to do. I'm not here to try to convince you that my way is best. It's not. I don't know everything, obviously. And I'm just here to share my experience, and hopefully it can inspire and help somebody out there. But please, what I want you to hear is that if you have a burning desire to do something, and for whatever reason you don't believe that it's possible, or you just keep messing up and sabotaging your success in that direction. Know that you can have it, that it is yours. You don't have that desire for a random reason. The desire is there because it's already there in the future for you. I will say that again. You have a desire because it is already in the future for you. So, when you can realize that and know that the thing that you want is going to come, you just have to believe. You just have to believe it and follow. Follow whatever it is that is leading you towards that. And it might sound random, it might be silly, the things that come up, but there's no coincidences. Everything happens for a reason. And really just press into it and see what this random thing that is leading you down this path towards, because it's going to be beautiful no matter what it is. Please do that, because I have goosebumps. I'm so happy. People tell you that happiness comes from religion, or it comes from family, or it comes from money, or smelling the roses. I don't know. I think that happiness comes when we're truly aligned to who we were made to be, and those small little whispers that God gives us. And when we follow those, it's just, I mean, I used to do this on a more surface level in college, and then I had to like kind of dig deeper in a way, because I became a mom and a wife and not in that order. Doesn't matter though. And I had jobs and I had family issues come up, and all of those things coming up for me did not allow me the opportunity to look at what I wanted to truly do, what I truly wanted out of my life. But it was always there. I just had to surrender to it. I had to trust that everything that I wanted was actually for me, no matter what somebody told me. So, anyways, if you like this content, if this is your first time seeing this, please subscribe. I would love to hear in the comments from you what it is that you are sabotaging, or what it is that you're trying to overcome, because we're all doing that. We're all we're trying to work with our ego. But a lot of times we resist our ego. We resist the things in life. We resist the urges that we have that are supernatural. And that's okay. That's part of this journey. And I want this to be a safe space where you can know that we're all going to be struggling. We're all going to be trying to improve our life, improve ourselves. But as long as you're doing that, as long as you are making the effort, you're going to see amazing results. You're going to improve in so many ways. You're going to find so many joys in life, and your life is going to be more fulfilling when you are on this path of self-actualization, because you're working on yourself and you're improving your relationships as a result. You're improving your life in general. You're improving the opportunities that you come face to face with. And it's challenging. It is, yes. Everything in life can be challenging, but that grows us. And when we let it, we can find the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. So thank you for tuning in. And I really look forward to talking to you all soon, and sooner than last. Thank you. Have a good day.